Hello, VC. This is the Zulu here, better known as Steve. Competition time. Yippee! One of my favourite channels, Rob, Black Star Vinyl, he set us all a competition to enter. And it was with mixed emotions for me. I'll tell you why. When he asked what we had to do was pull out records with birds on, I could think of hundreds, literally at least 20 sprang to mind. Now that was the good news. The bad news was I don't actually own the albums. So basically a friend of mine who's got a channel called Clive Brown and myself last night were sorting through my records because Clive was here, finding records with bird names in. We've come up with quite a few that was in my collection. Must have took us about 2 hours, or an hour and a half at least, but we got there in the end. We sorted some out. Without further ado, this is going to be a couple of videos are going to be shot today because I did go record shopping yesterday and did pick a few CDs and one vinyl. So I want to show you them later. So I'll get straight into this. Now the first one doesn't really count. This one is for Chris, dude. 1973 or 6. I'm very dyslexic with numbers, so you have to forgive me, Chris. This record's my favourite Oasis CD. I think you've got it. It's called Heathen Chemistry, and this is one of the best ones they ever did, in my opinion. It's got a songbird on the back, but I'm not counting that as a competition entry. I just wanted to show Chris this. It's got stuff on like Born on a Different Cloud, which is a classic, Little by Little, which is a classic, Stop Crying Your Eyes Out, which is a classic, and it's also got Liam Gallagher wrote Songbird. I believe he wrote that song in about 30 seconds or a minute or something, if you believe the hype anyway. But I just wanted to show that CD for Chris. But now, these are the bird ones, and this one is obvious, the Wasp. I think Rob did this one, Black Star Vinyl, as his example, but this is one I've got. Obviously it's Black Lawless Wasp, you've got the bird there. I'm going through these quick. Nirvana, and you've got this one. If you look on the back, you've got a duck. Looks like someone's had a bath, but yeah, it's definitely a little duck on the back of that. That's number 2. Faith No More. Looks like a seagull or some sort of what is it? I don't know what sort of bird it is. Stork, something like that. But yeah, that's number 3. Yep, 3. Now, U2. Kite. If you look on this CD, that you can leave behind. There is a song on here called Kite. I'll show you it there. I hope the camera can pick that up. That is definitely a bird, I believe. I'm not really an expert on birds, not the feather kind anyway. Without sounding sexist, I'm more into the other type. But I believe a kite is a bird. Now, this is an obvious one to me. One of my favourite singers, Prince. When Doves Cry, the very first track on his this big one. I've got loads to see. Every time I see these at charity shops, I always pick these. Anything up to do with Prince goes in my collection. I've got so much of it in there, it's unreal. Now for the vinyl. I've got the Scorpions twice in this album. Right, Scorpions, Lonesome Crow. And it's got a picture on the back of a nice crow. I've got loads of Scorpions on vinyl. I'm going to do a video pretty soon, so watch out. I hope this one counts. This is Uriah Heep. If you have a look on the front, you've got 2 birds. I don't know what species. I can see 3 actually, but we'll just do the feathery type. I don't know what species they are. But there's those 2 blue birds. It's a beautiful record cover. You've got those 2 blue birds either side. That bird there looks like she's had a night out. That's what they look like in Telford, when you go drinking. And it looks like she's had a good night out. After a few pints of English beer. Wow. We don't do a lot well in this country. I tell you what we do well is beer. Pity I don't touch the stuff anymore. I used to a long time ago. But it's like our tradition, and when it comes to drinking with the Brits, we used to take it to extremes in my day. and I used to drink ridiculous amounts of beer. But there you go, that's the in youth. Next one is Billy Preston, Blackbird. I just proved on there. Believe it, you have to trust me on this. There's a song on this record. It's Billy Preston, and there's a song on here called Blackbird. So yippee, that's another one. Well, hang on a sec. I'm all over the place here. Jethro Tull, Aqualung, Mother Goose. That's what I do. That album's in pristine condition. You don't get them like that. That's what it cost me a bit of money. Hang on. This album did. But this album, you don't get them better than this in record shop. This is Mother Goose. But if you have a look at the album, it's like it's come off a production line. And what year was it? I can't remember what year it was issued. But it looks like it's got a few sort of marks at the bottom, but it's in pristine condition. It's an amazing album. This is. I think this one's been shown. This is the obvious one. Screaming for Vengeance, Judas Priest. An original pressing. One of their best albums they ever made. It's got the Hellion, Electric Eye, all that stuff. Screaming for Vengeance, another thing coming. You can't beat that record. Bit of reggae for you. Reggae. Look at that big bird on the front, look. Looks like a seagull. But reggae Jamaica free. This is a compilation album on the Trojan label, which is a very famous Jamaican label, and it's got really good stuff on here. It's got Pat Roden, Thoroughbreds, Gregory Isaacs, Tenors, John Holt, D. Delroy Wilson, Kay Drummond, that's a very famous Jamaican name, Starlights, Dennis Al Capone, Cornell Campbell, and the Ethiopians. But I love these. I do used to buy a lot of reggae, and I don't if you read the thing, I'm not trying to diversifying anymore. I'm just concentrating on the metal, but I have got quite a few reggae records. Next one, Scott Waters' favourite band, Raven. This is their best album they ever did, or one of them. But amazing album. This is like the Raven album to go to. And yeah, the next one, another Scorpions album. This one was very controversial. Virgin Killer. And it's got a track on called Yellow Raven. I think it was Eli or Uli Roth. But yeah, but this was a controversial album as well, because this is the alternative cover. So I think the original cover on this album got them into a lot of trouble. Faster Pussycat. This record, it's got a song about birds on it. I'm just trying to think where it is. Little Dove. That's that track there. It's on Faster Pussycat. Yeah, I'm not going to say Faster, Pussy or anything like that. I should say its full name. But yeah. And the last, but no means least, well, that's all I could find anyway, is Molly Hatchet. And this one I don't think will count, because I think it's got Freebird. That doesn't really count, does it? I won't count that one. Sorry about that. False alarm. Yeah, my Molly Hatchet album. It hasn't got any birds on the front, has it? Nah. Okay, VC. I hope you've had a laugh out this morning. No sexism after what's going on in the world at the moment intended. And I'm going to sign off for this film, but I'll probably be back later with another pickup video. God bless. See ya.